Welcome to my video sales letter. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I scaled my first agency past 100K per month and then completely removed myself. So I'm speaking to you lovely people here. So I started off as a little scrub there, covered in paint. This was me actually painting a house to make some money. And then this is me over here in Dubai, and I've still got a long way to go. However, I've come a long way from this guy here, who is obviously covered in paint. So what does this video cover? How I started from an industrial unit, making cold calls for £250 per lead, to now selling single leads for over £1,000. How we structured the offer so clients only pay for results. The systems and tech that runs everything without me. How we built a 50+ person remote team. Why we close at 40+% and it has nothing to do with sales tactics. And how lead gen became the gateway to us owning an entire vertical. Now, you might be wondering, who am I? My name's Roman. I'm 22 years old as of this date. Next week I won't be. Next week I'm gonna be 23. And I started my first business at 19 with my business partner, Dan. So we tried literally everything. Painting shoes, painting fences, painting houses, selling cars, pressure washing driveways, trading stocks and FX. All of these images are taken by me, and this is us doing various activities to make some money. Nothing really stuck until we found lead generation. And as soon as we did, everything changed. So the beginning of the lead generation journey. We basically decided after I went to uni to go all in. So I moved into an industrial unit, cold called the US and the UK time zone every day because we wanted as many hours as possible. So we did the UK and then we did all the way until 2 in the morning for the US. £250 per lead was good money for us at the time. But looking back on it now, selling leads for over £1,000, it was just the start. And this image here is actually me and Dan outside the industrial unit after working all day on a Saturday. This is like the first time we saw the sunlight that day. The Vietnam bet. So what basically happened was after uni, my parents were cornering me to get a job, right? And this is the whole reason I started the business, because I didn't want to get a job. I went traveling. Yeah, what we did was we went to Vietnam. So I went traveling, right? I've been through school, been through college, went straight to uni at 18 and then went all the way through, got a first class honors. So I was like, all right, let me go traveling, right? Traveling. Didn't really do much traveling at all. We literally just buckled down in Vietnam and just worked our asses off. So we reduced our costs, living costs down, reinvested everything back into the business, did everything we can to make it work, made our first few remote hires and started to scale. So this is us scaling. And as you can see here in the image, we did a 40K month and then did around 30K in profit. So it's good profit margins. We were running like cold email infrastructure and stuff like that, fulfilling for clients. And the revenue started to climb from 5K all the way up to 40K a month. And that was a 30K profit straight into our bank account every month. We were loving life. And this is when we realized that we can actually make it work. From there, we basically went to Dubai eventually. We did some stints in like Bali and stuff like that in between, but eventually we got to Dubai. We scaled the business to over 50 people right now is what the current headcount is for T&W Energy. And we've done this in multiple verticals. So we ended up scaling Higher Flow, which is a recruitment lead generation agency as well. We did this all on a pay-per result model. So we charge literally for an appointment attended, right? Which is quite far along the process for a typical lead generation agency. And the reason we do that is because it makes the offer much better and it actually provides a good service to the people who are receiving the leads. The evolution. So we started sending leads at £250 each. Now, some of our leads go for over £1,000. And you might be thinking, what's the difference there? It's the same core skill. It's just better positioning and better systems. But the real evolution isn't in increasing price. It's actually getting into lead generation as an industry in itself. Lead generation, in my opinion, is the best industry to start off in business. The reason for that is because number one, it's easier to sell. And number two is that you can get into any industry after you get into lead generation because you can generate leads, right? That's the core skill that every single business needs. What I learned the hard way. When I first started scaling, I thought more revenue meant more success. I was wrong. The business couldn't breathe without me. We were, even though you saw those screenshots of us making around 40K, high profit margins. The reason why the profit margins were so high was because we were spending all of our time trying to scale, right? I was sitting sales calls until 2, 3, 4 in the morning and barely sleeping because I was getting calls during the night. I couldn't take a day off, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think about anything creative. I was too busy trying to sell my services, which is good, we were making money, but at the same time, didn't you start your business to get more freedom? When this changed is when I asked myself, if I disappeared for 3 months, would the business survive? The answer was no. So I literally stopped chasing revenue and started building systems. And I've only learned this very recently, but it's taken me a very long time to learn. You want to build the machine that runs the business. That's when we started really scaling, because then I get all of my time back, which is amazing, and I can work on better things. And then the system's running as well, and we're still making money. So what's the actual system that we use right now to generate over 100K per month for the original agency and all of our other agencies? Number one is pay per result. It's pretty simple. They don't pay for retainers. The clients don't pay retainers. That's what a lot of agencies do. Oh yeah, just pay me. You know, you might get results, you might not. Number one, you can't really sell that anymore because it's dead offer. What we've done is we did the complete opposite, put pressure on ourselves to deliver results, and we built from the back end. We built as a supplier of leads. That's how we frame ourselves, an actual supplier of appointments. And that's really helped us to scale. But you have to learn how to actually deliver a good appointment. That's the key thing. Why this works for us and how this works for us. Basically, the way that it works is that a new client will pay us up front. They'll pay us like a certain amount up front for a batch of leads. And then once they sit the appointments, the credit then gets deducted until they've run out of credit, and then they buy more. And that's not a monthly figure. That's just a credit amount. I can usually fulfill a client inside of a month. It doesn't matter really how many they buy because we have such a good fulfillment system. And then what I like to do is I like to transition the better clients onto a pay after the appointment approach. And the reason I do that is because we, number one, can deliver. Number two, we've realized that they're a good client because they paid up front initially, and we've worked with them, so we know what we can deliver with them. We know what we can deliver and that they would be happy with. So that's what we look to do. We look to move them onto a pay after result model, and that ends up keeping them long term. Some of these clients that have worked with us for 12 months, literally just paying 10 grand a month just for appointments. Now, one thing that I really want to mention here is that your whole business, your whole agency is fulfillment. The fulfillment model, the fulfillment system, the actual product that you're selling is everything. None of your business works with bad fulfillment. You can't get away with just treadmilling sales forever. Trust me, I've done both. I've done a treadmill, and I've also ran a business where we fulfill really well. Build the business the right way from the start and fulfill really well. You can have the best pricing model in the world, but if the leads are rubbish, the clients leave. Or even worse, if the clients don't get the leads, then you end up in court cases. The reason why we charge what we charge and the way that we charge is because we can deliver. The process is dialed in. And I really want you to pay attention to the service that you're delivering and make money from the back end. There's no reason why you can't generate revenue from a client from the back end. You bring them on, don't necessarily have to rely on sales skills, actually deliver service and then scale it up with them. When the clients get results, they stay and they pay you long term. Simple as that. This sheet here is basically showing you our sales stats for last month. On here, you can see that we closed at 50%. This is just on one of my teams. There's multiple teams within the business. This is just on one of my teams. We have one closer for the commercial side because we have such good MRR on the back end. We literally just bring a few clients on each month, and then they just end up staying and paying us 20, 30K average lifetime value of a client. So total calls that we had, this is pitching calls, 20, we closed 10, we closed 50%. And the reason for this is not sales tactics, it's not objection handling, it's not all of that bollocks. The reason why we were able to close at 50% and consistently close at above 40% is because we can pitch with total confidence that we can deliver. We can make the offers actually better for the client. We can take them on less money up front. We can take some of the risk up front because we know our fulfillment system is so good that we can take that risk, learn quickly on who's the right clients to work with, and then scale up with the ones that work. Even if we lose some money on some of the clients that aren't that good, we've built the system so well that we can scale while taking a little bit of risk. That's what business is at the end of the day, taking a bit of risk, finding out what works, and then scaling that. Once you're this just links back to fulfillment. Once your fulfillment gets dialed in, client acquisition gets 10 times better. And on top of that, you start getting referrals, you start getting testimonials. I've got 3 testimonials in the past 1 week. You can check my LinkedIn out. I'm bashing out testimonials every single week because we can actually deliver the service. It sounds crazy, but when you actually deliver the service, you can do anything. Now, number 2, what is the systems that we use to actually make over 100K per month? Number 1 is that you don't need more clients, you need the systems that can handle them, right? Most agency owners at 10 to 30K a month are doing everything manually. Spreadsheets, notebooks, memory, mostly. Do you track your sales stats? If you're taking your own sales calls, do you track your own sales stats? Even worse, do you even get many sales calls? These are all things that you need to look at. And on top of that, when you get a new client, does it add more chaos to your business? For me, my closer yesterday he sat 3 calls in a row. All three of them want to go ahead at 5, 6K. That's because we've been warming them up with our nurture sequence, and we've just got so much authority in the market because we have so many testimonials. But the point is that those clients that he's brought in yesterday, 3 clients on big orders, right? 5, 6K, 10 appointments each. That's like 30 appointments that we have to deliver. I will generate 20 appointments per day. So I can have them all fulfilled within a week and upsold and brought onto testimonials. You need to start building the system that runs the business. Once you learn how to remove yourself and once you learn to let go of everything and not trying to keep a hold of the quality that got you to where you are, you need to remove yourself so that you can actually build the system so that you can actually scale up. So this is what we automated. Cold email infrastructure that runs without us touching it. Qualification calls systemized so anyone can do them. Client reporting on autopilot, so I get my OpenClaw to message me all of our stats. So this is 16 hours of connected call time by midday on one of the businesses. Lead tracking from the first touch to close deal. Every step is documented, every step is repeatable, and every step is done by other people. I literally do not do anything in my day-to-day unless it's a creative task. That's the most important thing. The team. As you can see here, we have over 50 users on our CRM. This is no joke. I'm paying over 10K a month just on my CRM seats. You literally can't do this alone, especially if you want to build a big sales company or a big lead generation company. You can do it lean. If you want to go down the email route, you can do it lean, but you do need people. And that's how you're going to run a business that you actually want to run, not doing everything yourself. We went from doing everything ourselves to 50 plus remote staff, SDRs, qualifiers, account managers, VAs, closers, even content staff now. And every role has a playbook. Every role has an SOP. If someone leaves tomorrow, then we replace them within a few days. It's as simple as that. The business doesn't depend on any one person anymore, even us. Now, how do we get clients? This is what everyone wants to know. We have 5 channels running at once. Cold email is really high volume, which runs on autopilot. We've got cold calling. We don't really do much cold calling anymore. We run mostly on an inbound strategy. But that is how we used to get a lot of our clients. It did work, but it's a lot more effort than it's worth than it is to just run ads or get people inbound through cold email and building assets which can then get you more leads. So paid ads, Facebook and Instagram scales what's already working. So you learn how to get your message to resonate with the market, and then you can run paid traffic around that so that your overall leads can increase and your metrics, right? Your close rates and all that sort of thing. Content is a massive one for us on LinkedIn, especially. I post 1 to 2 posts to 3 posts per day. And the key thing with content is testing. You want to test different angles, see what works. I found a few angles that work really well to get loads of leads for me. I get probably, it's going to go into it in a second, but you'll have a look at that. And the next one is referrals. We have a referral scheme with people, even potentially SDRs from other solar companies who refer us to other solar companies. And what you can do is you can get them to sign an agreement where you offer them a percentage of the overall deal. And then the key thing here is to actually pay them. Once you pay them, then they just refer you to everyone, and it's absolutely brilliant. And if you see posts of other people looking for lead generators in a space, you can literally get them to comment on it for you and then give them a percentage of the overall deal. The key thing here though is that you don't need to master all 5 on day one. Just start somewhere, build it up, and then stack it, right? If I was to try and get clients as soon as possible, like from scratch, I'd probably just start cold calling. That's the quickest way to get people on calls. That's the quickest way to get people into your pipeline. That's the quickest way to start making revenue off people. Now, this is our unfair advantage. This is our leads platform. We started doing our lead platform across loads of different businesses. And what it is essentially a marketplace where prospects can browse available leads, real opportunities, real locations, real project sizes. They can see what's available, but they can't see any confidential information. And what it does is, number one, you can run paid traffic to it to get people to sign up, and then you can remarket to them. It's really good if you have a small market because you can remarket to them through SMS and emails once they sign up to the platform. You can also just give them a call and book them in. You can also get them to register interest on leads and then call them in and book them in. It's just an amazing asset, which we've been able to generate leads for really cheap on this. It's absolutely crazy. And then with this as well, it also limits the objection of, oh, can you actually do this? But overall, this sort of just links back to the overall point. Get your fulfillment, and then you're gonna have additional leads that you can market to your ideal audience, and then they'll just come flooding in. As you can see here, this is our cold email campaign. So this was just an example of a cold email campaign that I ran this morning. Everyone says it's dead. All the deliverability stuff is all complicated. It's not complicated at all. You just need to run volume and also learn what works. I launched a campaign this morning, literally got 12 bookings within a couple of hours. All ideal customer profiles, and we literally will get at least 10K in business from these 12 bookings because we know what our close rate is. Our close rate is going to be 50%. Worst case, they close at 2.5K. Times 4 is, you do the maths. One day, one campaign. This system runs without me. Cold email is absolute blessing. Learn how to do cold email and scale that up. As you can see here, this is cold calling. And this has been a massive part of our business. This is a massive part of our fulfillment on all of our businesses. And the key thing here is obviously you can see this massive sheet with all of our objections and our full cold call script. The three things that actually matter in a cold call, I like to break things down into principles as opposed to specific scripts. And the reason for that is because there's so many different people and ways that they frame stuff. But the key thing is how they perceive what to do next in the conversation. So number one is identify if someone is in the market. Don't pitch someone who isn't, or don't try and force someone into a conversation who isn't, right? Just identify if they're the right prospect. Ask the right questions early and then disqualify fast, and lead with value. The reason that they're going to jump on a call with you is because you've got something valuable that they want. And this links back to fulfillment again, having the leads available that they want. If you say, we've got a lead available in your area, do you want it? That is the perfect way to get them onto a call. You have something of value that you can actually bring to them straight away. And that's the key. A perfect example of this is at our recruitment lead generation agency. Last week, they were leading with, we book in appointments for recruiters. We only take a fee if it's a successful appointment. Then we changed it to, we have 186 open vacancies. Some of them are in your sector. Do you want to just see what we have available and then we can just put you in with them? Bang. We framed it from, I'm going to charge you, to giving them value. Literally the next day, our setters booked twice as many meetings that day, period. And the key with this is that you're not asking them to trust you, you're offering something that they already want. Now, the next traffic source is paid ads. And the key thing here is that don't run paid ads until you've proven the offer with cold traffic and you have budget. You don't want to put all of your budget into ads and then go broke, because that's literally what we did. We ended up taking a risk on a campaign with a client, ran ads to try and generate leads, and then burnt all of our budget and then started from square zero. So don't do that, because if you have a broken offer, then ads just burn the money faster. But once it converts, once you have an offer that converts and you know the angles that work, pour fuel on it, because it's absolutely going to scale your business. Right now, I have closers who don't even have setters anymore. We were hiring South African setters and stuff like that. I just thought, all right, screw it. The ads are working. Why don't we just scale up the ads? So that worked absolutely well for us. Next up is the content side of things. So linking back to what I said before, I did a single post here, which was like 99 commercial solar leads. These are advertising the leads that I have available, going back to the fulfillment. I got 4,896 impressions. I got 29 comments of installers who are literally commenting like survey under my post. And they're trying to get more information on surveys that are in their area that they can go and visit straight away. This post alone, I am not even taking the piss, took me 2 minutes. And this generated us over 20K in closed deals within 1 week. I'm not even joking. 20K in new business closed within 1 week. Took me 2 minutes to do this post. And this is the thing with posting. Once you find something that worked, you can replicate it and you can keep doing it and scale it up. You can find variations that work, deviate from them slightly, but still keep the same principles. And you can just have content that churns you leads on a weekly basis. I do posts like this every single day now, and they generate me at least 2 to 3 leads per post. And they all take me less than 5 minutes to do each. Scrap that, probably less than 2 minutes each. Now, number 3, the proof. Can we actually do what we say we do? This is some of our clients' results. On this video testimonials tab, we have 36 selected. Now, that has gone up in the past week. I've got an extra 3 literally in the past week. So that's probably around 39, almost 40. And that's going up every single week, just because we're bringing our clients into a system that already works, getting them good results, upselling them, and then getting them on the testimonial straight away. That's the process that we run. And to give you some specific pointers on the results that we generated, you can check out tnwenergy.com or tnwmarketing.com and see all of the testimonial, the actual videos there. But here's me reading out some of the results. Carbon Energy Savings spent 2.2K with us, made 32K in 2 weeks. Hunter Building Solar closed 3 out of 7 leads in the first week, 40K generated, 28K profit. Start Solar closed 8 deals, 64K in revenue from 70 leads in 1 month. Ecotech Contracts, they did 100K in confirmed deals within 6 weeks. Simcot Renewables, they did 350K, closed on King's College London from 1 introduction. B Solar, they installed 300K worth of deals and 3 million worth of pipeline. Smart Homes Electrical did a 100K install from their first lead. The results speak for themselves. We have another 39 on there. And it works outside of solar too. We have clients outside of solar. We do loads of different agency niches. DSD, 3,000 leads in 1 year, 220 per month, around 3 million generated in 1 year of working with us. Square Logic, they did a 7x ROI, started skeptical, now have a dedicated team just to handle our inbound leads. Hyra, first placement closed at 30K, 100K within 6 weeks. Recruitment revenue, they gone from 5K a month to 40K a month, 14% margins to 50% margins. Glownode, they doubled their revenue from 30K to 60K just in 60 days. Brad Burton, #1 motivational business speaker, his calendar was fully booked within weeks. Same system, different niche, same result. And this is what happens when you get it right, guys. This is what I do now. I don't do cold calls anymore, my team does. I don't run campaigns anymore, my team does. I don't qualify leads anymore, my team do. I don't chase invoices anymore, my team does. I'm 22 years old, sat in Chiang Mai, Thai right now, and I also have an apartment in Dubai. I can be anywhere I want in the world. I can be in any time zone. The business runs without me and grows without me. Revenue still comes in, clients still get results, the team still operates. That's not luck, that's building a system. I work less hard now than I did when I was making 20K a month. I got 20 times the amount of staff. So what do I actually do now? I spend my time on creative stuff, content, offers, strategy, and stuff that actually moves the needle. The reason why I'm recording this video is I help other agency owners build what I've built. Because the hardest part wasn't the lead gen, it was building the machine to actually operate the business. And I had to find that out the hard way and the long route. When I was in the industrial unit making cold calls, I would have literally paid anything for someone to just show me, here's how you do it, and here's how you get out of the business and not work so hard and still make more money. I wouldn't ask for a theory, I wouldn't ask for a course, I wouldn't ask for a community. I just want to be sat down with someone who has already done it and just show me the way. I would have literally saved myself years if I just got help sooner. Lead gen literally changed my life forever. I can get into any industry, generate leads anywhere, and succeed in any business. Because once you learn how to put opportunities in front of people and yourself, then you can do anything. As a thank you for watching this video, I am giving away a completely free strategy session to those of you who watched until the end of this video. I will identify your current restraints and I will give you free advice on how to get past your current bottlenecks, no obligation. All you need to do is just DM me on Instagram, _RomanLove, playbook, the words playbook, and I will literally help you solve your current bottleneck free of charge. And if it makes sense to work with me after, then you can absolutely do so. If you're on my VSL, on my website, just click the link below, book into my Calendly, and then we can have a discussion about how we can get your business to the next stage.